You might follow me for any of a variety of reasons. You might just like hearing my voice. You might like watching me play Sonic or Five Nights at Freddy's games, or you might want my opinions on those games or other games, or the occasional break from gaming where I mess with scammers or explain American politics. So, to celebrate reaching 1,500 subscribers, and to thank you guys for getting me that far, I decided to make a video I've been thinking about doing for a while. And that is, who is Ryan the Hedgehog? What got me into YouTube, into Sonic the Hedgehog, into Five Nights at Freddy's, into the internet or computers in general? What do I like doing outside of that? I think it's time I told you a bit about myself, so let's get started. Well, my obsession with video games actually didn't start with Sonic the Hedgehog. It started strangely enough with a shovelware demo CD from like 1999. There was this one Arkanoid clone on the CD that I was obsessed with, and I begged my mom to buy me the full version, and she did, and I loved it, and I had a lot of fun. Since then, I'm not so big into that style of gameplay, but computers and video games are still quite interesting and fascinating to me. And that one game opened the floodgates to my entire gaming obsession. I grew up in Florida, which is a place you've heard of if you read news articles. And I grew up with my mom. I still live with her. A few years ago, we moved to South Carolina to let my grandmother be near her son, my uncle, and his family for the last few months of her life. God bless her heart. I do love my mom. She's nice to me most of the time, but living with her as an adult can be a bit trying at times. But I know she cares for me and wants the best for me, and I hope for the best for her, and I'm grateful for what she's done for me. As for my dad, he lived a few counties away for most of my childhood, but I did go to visit him often, and we always had fun. He taught me a fair bit about computers, too, and helped boost my interest in computers. And if it wasn't for him teaching me and talking to me all the time, I don't know where I'd be right now. I wouldn't know so much about how computers work or maybe even how to use one. My dad taught me a lot, and I owe a lot of my success around this YouTube channel to him. I did have a YouTube channel before this one, but it was the most low effort, cringy slop imaginable, and somehow it got way more views and made way more money than anything I have now. But now I have better skills and more passion and time to create, and I've made a lot more videos that I'm proud of and go back to watching some of them quite often. Granted, sometimes I do cringe just a bit, but I've come a long way from my first YouTube channel, and even with this one, I see that I've kept going further. One, I'm not playing video games, I'm chatting online, making friends with other interests I have, role playing with them, imagining really weird and really awesome stuff, just getting to know people. And I'm grateful to have those people as friends too. I talk to quite a few of them regularly, but some aren't quite as active anymore, so I rarely speak to those of them. I do hang out on Discord quite a bit, which is where I talk to most of them, and I do have a server on Discord if you'd ever like to pop up and chat for a while, so I'd be into that. As for pets, I have three, and I share all three of them with my mom. My first pet was a Chihuahua. Her name was Sassy. She was really sweet and loving, and we got to have her for almost 13 years before she died just over 2 years ago. I love that dog. God bless her. I still think about her quite a lot. But in the time since, I've had no shortage of love from my two other dogs, Lucy and Precious. Lucy, a miniature dachshund, being the oldest at 15, but quite healthy for her age, and I hope she stays that way for a good while. Precious took a while to get used to me. She came from a bad home, but she's warmed up to us a lot since then. She's also a Chihuahua, and she's 10 years old right now. She can get pretty aggressive when she feels threatened, but she's usually really sweet and loving. And now we also have a cat named Millie that we adopted when she was just a kitten over a year ago. Yeah, cats are strange animals to me. My mom loves cats. Millie is like no cat she's ever owned, my mom says. But Millie is sweet too, in her own weird way, even if she's not as outwardly affectionate as our dogs are. Anyways, now you know a little more, probably a lot more about who I am, where I come from, what I like to do. So if you found any of this interesting, do let me know. Press the like button, subscribe to find out more about me when I feel like I want to tell you something else about myself. Feel free to join my Discord server to talk more about me there. And in the meantime, stay safe and stay awesome.